Riding along on a carousel, trying to catch up to you. Riding along on a carousel, will I catch up to you? Horses chasing, 'cause they're racing, so near, so far. On a carousel, on a carousel. Nearer, nearer by changing horses, still so far away. People fighting for their places, just get in my way. Soon you leave and then I'll lose you, still we're going round. On a carousel, on a carousel. Round and 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 round with you. Up, down, up, down, up, down too. As she leaves, she drops the presents that she won before. Pulling ducks out of the water, got the highest score. Now's my chance and I must take it, a case of do or die. On a carousel, on a carousel. Round and 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 round with you. Up, down, up, down, up, down too. Riding along on a carousel, trying to catch up to you. Riding along on a carousel, till I catch up to you. Now we take our ride together, no more chasing her. On a carousel, on a carousel, on a carousel, on a carousel.
Well, hello again. Welcome back to part two of songs about fairgrounds and circuses and fun fairs and all of that good stuff. Hey, Tracy, looks like you're happy with your election results, so keep celebrating, girl. Nice of you to pop by. And yeah, we've been having a good time so far, and we're going to keep on doing it for another, don't know, while until we're all sick to death of songs about circuses and fun fairs and fairgrounds, or we get taken down again. So I wasn't. No, I was going to do a poll between those Hollies tunes, but I'm just going to say that On a Carousel won because it would have done anyway, right? Yes, good. Um, I will do a another poll. This is going to be a slightly different one because there's multiple tunes of a particular title, only two of them, and I want to know if we should play one or other of them or both of them. So I'm going to ask you now. The song or songs are both called Tunnel of Love. So your choices are, of course, Bruce Springsteen and Dire Straits. So, or of course, you can say both, and we can do a song more. Um, while you're contemplating that, let's head back to Spotify for oh, what we're going to go with. We've got so many things in here still. Here's one I'm surprised that's a nice, quick little tune that I'm surprised Evan David hasn't suggested. Renaissance Fair, the single version from the Byrds, which I will now play, having unmuted Spotify. That's the first time all night that that's happened. Right, here we go. Thanks, Tracy. Catch you again here or there soon, I hope.
I think that maybe I'm dreaming.
We should be good for a while, Evan David. It's you never can quite tell, but you usually get through at least an hour, if not an hour and a half, before it goes down. Well, I'm sure there's plenty that has skipped my mind, and I've been thinking about it for a couple of days, Evan David, so... So right now it's looking like we will do a Tunnel of Love song wall next. And how it will work is, if we get another tune from Spotify, we'll start with Bruce, and if we don't, we'll start with Straits and come back to Bruce. Can't say fairer than that. This is a nice little ditty, isn't it? Let's not say it's a McGuinn and Crosby co-write. Don't think there's many of them. Alrighty, so it looks like we can stay on Spotify, but not with that song. Where is Bruce hiding? There he is. So the title track from his 1987 album, and I don't know if I've even heard the song before. I'll send this one out to Sean Holmes. He's as big a fan of Bruce as I am of people that I'm a big fan of. And some people think I hate Bruce, but that's not true. I just don't like his voice particularly much.
That man sitting on a little stool takes money from my hand while his eyes take a walk all over you. Hands me 2 tickets, smiles and whispers good luck.
And yet, I'm liking this already, just as I did with Kiss earlier. What's happening to me? I do have Black Balls Night Renaissance Fair on the Spotify list as well, Evan David, so we might get to that one. As for the DDD BMT tune, I have missed. Hold tight. Okay. Hello, MJ Hammer. Welcome to Fairground Circus Funfair Night. Or morning, depending on where you are in the world. Cyclops! Wow, it's been a while. We've already had a solid hour and a half of songs on this theme, but we've, as usual, barely scratched the surface, so I'm sure you'll have a song or two come to mind, so let us know and we can add that into the mix. this. Well, I'll end the poll because we are indeed doing them both. So this is a song war. We will be following Bruce up with the Dire Straits song of the same name. Both start saying Tunnel of Love was his first Springsteen album and also his favourite, but he doesn't know the ones after. I mean, even I don't know Human Touch, which nobody likes, but of course Chip Walcara's all over it, so maybe one day I'll listen to it for that reason. And Cyclops, no, we haven't had Cathy's Clown by the Everly Brothers. I have another Everly Brothers song that is on the list that we again haven't played, so we can do an Everly Brothers battle a bit later on. Battle, song war, you know what I mean. So that's not going to be long, is it? Yeah, this is a good song. I mean, I shouldn't sound surprised. Nobody tell Sean about this. My reputation will be shattered. No, you can. Hey, maybe I will. Haha, said the clown. That's another one that nobody else has thought of. All right. Bruce putting up a good fight. Can he take on the legends that are Dire Straits? This is another epic 2 of the 8-minute variety. I think even Sean would concede that this one is not too long. Well, what you're talking about there, Evan David, that's Born in the USA is your favourite and was also the first you heard, I think that's quite a common thing, especially if you get into an artist in a big way. I mean, I love every Magnum album, but if I have to pick a favourite, it's the first one I heard. And speaking of favourite albums, Making Movies is my favourite Dire Straits album by a long way. And that's not to say I don't like the others. Well, we didn't have that either, Cyclops. We did have Roy Orbison's cover of another Elvis tune, The Comedians. Yeah, but I don't think it's an exact science, but I think a lot of the time something that gets you into a band. I mean, it also depends on the band's history, I mean. And trying to think. The first proper Toto album I heard was the 7th one, which is almost my favourite, but not quite. Yeah, I get that. Cyclops saying he's not a big fan of Knopfler's voice, but he does like this one. I mean, Mark obviously doesn't have a great voice, and anybody who watches the channel regularly knows that vocals often make or break things for me. But he pulls it off. Ha ha ha. Bow start. Any excuse to plug an RTTC top 10, why not? Check out Evan David's top 10 of Dire Straits and find out for sure whether he put this at number 1 or if indeed he went with Romeo and Juliet. I have a feeling you went R&J. Only because well, you never get the number 1 right, do you? I jest, of course. I start pointing out that both tunes have Roy Vuitton on them. That's how Sean says the name, because again, I would have always said Roy Vuitton, I don't know. But he's playing piano here and played synth on the Springsteen tune. Obviously a long time associate of the Bruce.
Like it always did. Like the Spanish city to me when we were kids. Girl, it looked so pretty to me. Like it always did. Like the Spanish city to me when we were kids.
Evan David, I know a lot of Douglas Adams quotes, but I'm not certain I know the quote about Mike Knopfler. Do tell. Right on cue. Mike Knopfler has an extraordinary ability to make a Shetler custom Stratocaster hoot and sing like angels on a Saturday night, exhausted from being good all week and needing a stiff drink. I didn't know that Angels got Saturday nights off, but there you go. Don't listen to these things. And if he didn't, then Terry Pratchett would have. Oh, well, you see, I read So Long and Thanks for All the Fish in, I'm going to say, 1993. So I'm sure I noted it at the time, but it didn't stick in the brain like some things have. Oh, I guess I should probably put a poll up, shouldn't I? Slacking. Here it is now. Alrighty, and let us head for one of Cyclops' suggestions with some Manfred Mann. Ha ha, said the clown.
Ha ha, said the clown. Has the king lost his crown? Is the knight being tied on romance? Ha ha, said the clown. Is it bringing you down that you've lost your chance?
Here did Mostly Harmless come out? I know I read it fairly close to the time and was massively disappointed by it. Probably could do with revisiting it, because, well, the whole lot of them, to be fair. Not that I read books anymore. I was 92, so I probably would have just got through the original trilogy of 4 and then read that fairly soon afterwards. Yeah, but it's a good one, Cyclops. And that's, I think that's one of the reasons Sean doesn't like themes so much. Mainly because he likes people to just bring whatever they want, I think. But I find them fun to do from time to time, and it makes you dig a bit deeper. And sometimes hear things that you hadn't thought of or listened to in years.
London.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what's on my list of things that we haven't covered yet. Still got plenty. We're not quite ready for that one. But let us return. I mean, we had the fortune teller from the Hollies earlier, so let's return to that theme with another favourite of mine. Mr. Gordon Lightfoot, getting his fortune told.
Step inside my tent, said she, I'd like to read your palm. Leave your dollar in the jar, this won't take very long. Leave the circus noise behind, close your eyes, relax.
Yeah, Evan David, I read a lot of Pratchett in my younger days, but as with everything, not in recent years.
What do you see? She said, diddly-dum, diddly-dee. Where'll I go? What'll I be? She said, diddly-dum, diddly-dee. She threw some sawdust in the air and her hands began to shake. She told me the town where I was born, she almost knew the date. She lit a candle with her eyes and then she made the table rise. She took the dollar from the jar and then she guessed my weight. Then I said, now what do you see? She said, diddly-dum, diddly-dee. You're so old, you're so wise, diddly-dum, diddly-die. Give me a sign, tell it to me. She said, diddly-dum, diddly-dee. Then she spoke most quietly. Oh,
And again, this is not Gordon's greatest song, but it fits the theme. And I like it. Oh, Bostat's favourite Lightfoot album.
And when you should not.
It's probably about my 8th. But I haven't really thought about it that deeply. certainly like all of the United Artists albums, but only Did She Mention My Name makes my top 5 overall, so he's got so many good albums.
Then when I came home that night to lie awake in bed, I thought of that old gypsy and the words that she had said. And now I say with due respect, the more we learn, the worse we get. So if you feel you've no regrets, go have your fortune read. Then I said, now what do you see? She said, deedly-dum, deedly-dee. Where'll I go? What'll I be? She said, deedly-dum, deedly-dee. You were so old, you were so wise, deedly-dum, deedly-die. Give me a sign, tell it to me. She said, deedly-dum, deedly-dee. Where'll I go? What'll I be? She said, deedly-dum, deedly-dee. You were so old, you were so wise, deedly-dum, deedly-die. Give me a sign, tell it to me. She said, deedly-dum, deedly-dee.
Indeed, Bostart. To be fair, a clairvoyant saying nothing but deedly-dum, deedly-dee is no more or less valuable than what any other one would say. Let's be frank. Alrighty. Well, we've got so many options still to play, and it looks like Dire Straits is running away with the Tunnel of Love song war. So let's hear a third Tunnel of Love suggested by Bostart from Funboy 3. Why not?
Consequences, altered cases, broken noses, altered faces, my ego altered, altered egos, wherever I go, so does me go. Walk through the fields where the flowers are growing, carve out your names on the first tree you see. There are 22 catches when you strike your matches, and get down on your knees in the tunnel of love. The tunnel of love. You boiling people. In the tunnel of love. You think of yourselves as really good friends, but you know how it always ends in the tunnel of love.
Funboy 3, not a group I'm at all familiar with, I have to say. This is from, it would seem. Oops. I'll pretend I didn't do that. From Waiting in 1983. Okay, wow. Wasn't sounding 80s to me. Was Stanley noted for his verbosity, Evan David? I didn't know that you could get away with that in comics.
Gave up your friends for a new way of life, and both ended up as ex-husband and wife. There were 22 catches when you struck your matches and threw away your life in the tunnel of love. The tunnel of love. You fell in fever in the tunnel of love and thought of yourselves as really good friends, but you know how it had to end.
All right. It's rolled right through, so let's carry on with another of Cyclops' suggestions Elvis Costello, Clown Time is Over. After this, we shall head to my list, and we had obviously a little bit of Magnum in part 1, so it must be past time for us to have a bit of Marillion. Okay, so Fun Boy 3 featuring Terry Hall specials and Cyclopses, and as opposed to adds an offshoot from the specials, also had percussionist Neville Staple and guitarist Linville Golding in the mix. Okay. Say, it's just a list of names. In a similar territory, I guess, here. This is from 1980, from the Get Happy album. Or is it? It's another one that's been massively expanded. Or has it? 20 songs? 48 minutes? How does that work? Lots of very short songs. Okay. All right, good stuff. And as threatened, we'll go to something a lot longer. As I told Bostart during the week, this is an early version of a song that later became 100 Nights, which closed the Holidays in Eden album, which was the second with Steve Hogarth on lead vocals for Marillion. But it started out life as a thing called Fairground, and eventually was released as a bonus track on the 1998 reissue. And yeah, it's a long one, so here we go. Hey, Ziga. What's happening? We're listening to a lot of songs vaguely connected to fairgrounds, funfairs, circuses, all that good stuff. And right now, is listening to an obscure, not properly released track from Marillion, who are my favourite band, and I'm seeing them in 3 weeks' time. Hurrah! we'll try a little Everly Brothers song war once this one's over, which will be 2 songs that are in total less than, or about equal to half of the length of this one. You don't know that I come here, but if you did, you would know why, is a lyric that survived into the final version, by which time it wasn't about fairgrounds, it was about infidelity and being corrupted by the big city. Oh, well, you were lucky, Cyclops. My big brother had relatively terrible taste in music, although he did get me into REM, so I've at least got him to thank for that. Speaking of REM, there's a couple of REM tunes on my list that I don't know if we'll get to. Probably not, actually. Because, well, there's so little time. And I've wasted it by playing long proggy songs. Terrible behaviour. So, are you just one of 3 Cyclops, or did you have a whole slew of siblings to be influenced by? So yeah, I think you can tell that this is a work in progress track, but it's quite interesting in its own right. Not a patch on what they would eventually land on, of course. Oh, so you had 2 sisters, but did you only have one sister who had good taste? I can relate to that, Evan David. If my parents had ever had any thoughts of a third, having me as the second was enough to stymie any such notion. Thankfully, I wouldn't have wanted to share with more than one brother. All right. Clifford T. Ward. Probably won't get to him either. But we will get to, as I said, some Everly Brothers action, starting with Cyclops' suggestion of Cathy's Clown and rolling, hopefully, straight into, well, another one, which will hopefully seem obvious when it comes. My brother didn't get into music until he was quite a lot older. I mean, I've loved music since before I could talk, so all my early influence came from my mum, because my dad didn't really like music, or at least listen to it, because he's strange. So from her 45s, where we had the Beatles and the Hollies and all the Brit Invasion stuff, really. And then Simon & Garfunkel and Paul Simon solo, and Chicago and Billy Joel. This is where all that springs from in my early years. Just ending the previous poll, which was, of course, won by Dire Straits. Right, so hopefully, yeah. Here is the Ferris Wheel, which is not a song I've ever heard before, as far as I know. This is definitely a song for tonight.
It wasn't on these rides I lost my girl. Way up high is where I lost her, on the Ferris wheel.
I saw someone steal a kiss from her that night.
I shall load the poll up. This is the better song in terms of the theme, but I think Cathy's Clown is the better song. But you vote on your own rules. Oh, this was a Girlfriend in Kingdom for Post Art. I did not know that.
Make the teardrops start. But way up there is where she broke my heart on the Ferris wheel. On the Ferris wheel. On the Ferris wheel.
Since we're allowed another song from Spotify, let's go to another little quickie tune from Fairground Attraction called Fairground Attraction, suggested by Bostar some hours ago. There's, I don't think, enough songs to do a night on it, but how many bands can we name collectively who've recorded a song that's also the name of their band? I've got covers from America and Chicago. Then there's Anathema. There's a couple of famous ones that are escaping me at the moment, but I'm sure in the chat you'll be filling out the list.
Whispers took my hands in hers and told me their secrets. Your heart is a fire and his love is an ember. You must forget what you'll always remember. Superstitious nonsense, just a fairground attraction. I walk through the neons in search of distraction, but the tears in my eyes knew the truth in my heart. She'd only confirmed what I knew.
Not at all, Cyclops. For a start, they were nice and short. And we've all had a fair few choices of our own from the rest of us who've been in tonight. So, Black Sabbath, yeah, Bostart. That was the obvious one that was nearing the frontal lobe of my brain. Alrighty. Now I do believe it's time to do a funfair themed song war from 2 tracks from a group you might have heard of called the Bee Gees. I don't know if the song's any good or not. I've played it 3 times, most recently in February of 2020. But it's Haunted House, and it's going to go up against Ghost Train, both latter period Bee Gees tunes. No, I wouldn't count Like a Rolling Stone, Evan David. If they changed their names to Like a Rolling Stones, then I might have let them get away with it, but not quite there.
Some
Yeah, the theme from the Monkees, you'd call it. But, that's a bit closer, but not quite. Again, I feel like there's some punk era bands who did that. Punk's not really my genre, so hence it not springing to mind. Our resident Bee Gees expert Bo starts saying this is, of course, from 1993. Size isn't everything, and Barry Gibb says it's a song about divorce. Iron Maiden. Yeah, Cyclops. Stupidly obvious. Now I'm surprised that Evan David didn't catch that one either. Bad Company. Oh yeah.
Stands the test of time. You live forever. Never more.
Shortly, of course, to be inducted
Cling to dreams
into the
that
Rock and
turn
Roll
to
Hall of
sand.
Fame. Bad Company.
Our life is now a distant land.
Yeah, I'd count the Ramones one. I think Evan David and Motorhead. Yeah. See, I knew there'd be a bunch that would come up with between us. Cyclops cheating is always acceptable, especially if you own up to it. And Bo Stutz added the Boomtown Rats to Ballad of the Boomtown Rats on their reunion album. The Guess Who to the Guess Who Blues. That's close. Most Out recommends this album, which I actually own, but have clearly barely played. I know it's got For Whom the Bell Tolls was the big single off it, which is one of my favourite Bee Gees tunes. This is a good tune, actually. I shall note that. All right, so that was part one of the Bee Gees Funfair Ride themed titled tracks. And here is part two. This is Ghost Train from High Civilization, which is this, yeah, the album before, 1991. And yeah, there is. We'll wind down, not immediately, but soon after this song is over. I know there's a lot of tunes that we've not hit because, as it turns out, this was a fantastic choice of theme and great suggestion from both sides. It's one we could even revisit another time because there's loads left. But we will end with a couple of carnival tunes after we're done with the Bee Gees War. Talk. You see. So how many have we come up with there? We've probably got about a dozen. Yeah, if I was still doing top 10s for sure, I'd do a top 10 of bands singing about their own band name. I start saying that the album this is from, High Civilization, was built on trends within dance music at the time. Didn't used to be keen on it, but it's grown on it. I suppose I take it then that you would say Size Isn't Everything is the better of the early 90s albums? Or are they closer than that? Yep, sci-fi and space theme stream would indeed be a fun one to do at some point, even though on the topic of which it's been a while since I've done a single artist stream, so probably going to do a Billy Joel one next week to celebrate his 76th birthday. Time and space, yeah, I mean, just how many songs can you come up with that are just called Time, let alone anything beyond that? Yeah, I might be a little bit later starting next week because I'm doing a show in Cambridge in the afternoon, so I'm not quite sure when I'll get back from that. You know, probably looking at a 9 or 9:30 start, hopefully. So, not too much later than usual. And what do you know of Billy Joel, Ever David? I have a feeling that you know we didn't start the fire, but do you know a bunch of the hits, or only a smattering, would you say? Thanks for coming in, Cyclops, and thanks for the suggestions as well. Good fun stuff. Hopefully catch you another time soon. Don't be a stranger. We'll get the Cathy's Clown winning the previous poll, and I will get this one up for us now. Ooh. It's the time of the night where I can't even spell Bee Gees properly, so that's telling us something, isn't it? Um, there's an awful lot of songs called Ghost Train as well, and this is the only one that we're going to hear tonight. But again, if we revisit this theme some other time, we might
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing
do that.
professional just speaking into the void?
Good morning, Alan.
Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right
Sorry,
decision.
I'm being distracted and actually playing a Spotify ad. Didn't mean to do that, but we're just winding down, really. But good of you to pop on in. We might manage to fit one more song in. I mean, an extra song to what I was already thinking. I mean, so I said we'd do a couple of carnival themed tunes. So let's go with. Earlier we had Blood, Sweat and Tears talking about life being a roller coaster. So here's the band telling us that life is a carnival. We also mentioned Alan Toussaint earlier, who arranged the horns of the song. So, Alan, if off the top of your head you've got a song to do with fairgrounds or circuses or that sort of thing that you can throw at us, we'll get one of those played before we end on the obvious ending song. I think you'll agree. Yeah, I know the timing for you guys now that we've changed clocks is probably a bit rubbish for you. I think the fact that I'm probably going to start a bit later next week, might be a good thing for people. Trouble is, if I start too late, then I'm asleep before we even begin.
Saw a man with the chinks in the third degree. Time to deal with people you can't see. Take away this house of mirrors. Give away all the souvenirs.
So this is from the fourth band album, Cahoots, which is considered their first non-masterpiece, and it's an album I've never gone to in full either. I've always liked this one. I can't picture RTD as a Billy Joel fan, Evan David, but you never know. I'm afraid we're down again. All right. Anyone watching the replay, that's it over. We've been blocked by YouTube twice in one night, in a little over 2.5 hours, which is bad luck. We usually manage a bit longer than that, but never mind. It was fun, and I will just say Thanks for watching, whether you watched it live or are doing it on the replay, and bye for now, but not for long.